So we're on location here in San Francisco. I got my buddy Karl here.
Hello.
And Karl's never seen an index print before. And this is PrintFixFriday, where we help you get your printers back to printing with purpose. So I might have brought something special. I think we should put your knowledge to the test.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, let's get into it. Karl, index.
I have not looked at this up close yet.
No.
I'm very, very excited to look at it up close.
No, you haven't. Tell me, boss man, first off, one, I can't believe I fit this into my bag.
No, I can't either. Yeah. I don't know how you did it.
For those that don't know, this is the index head from Printables. I brought some parts that you actually requested as well, so you can take a look, but this is as raw as I could make it. Like, it still has little strings and bits on it from the actual printer.
Yeah, you weren't kidding. There's a decent amount of stringing, but I don't think that's like an index thing.
I think that's like a Florida thing, to be honest. So index is kind of notorious right now for some slight stringing. And I don't know if it's an index thing or a Florida thing of what I'm specifically dealing with, but it's something.
First of all, just shocked at how good this is overall.
There are some problems with it. It did come out pretty darn well, all things considered. I'm reasonably...
Like, I've never seen a print this big with MMU before.
Yeah.
I'm very impressed. There's some kind of layer shift that happened at some point on the side here that I noticed.
That one I haven't picked up on. I think that might be temperature related with the print bed expanding and contracting.
Right, but I mean, the stringing really isn't that much of an issue.
No, half a second with a propane torch and it's all gone.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I do.
There's one obvious failure to me on it. I don't know if you've picked it up yet.
I don't think I have. I mean, even the gears are really, really good. It's an incredible model.
There are a couple of parts on the model that are just not supported. So we did have an issue where we lost a few layers on one of the bolts because it wasn't supported. I'm not calling that an index failure because it's not a failure from index. It's just a failure of the model, as far as I'm concerned.
I see some stringing at the bottom.
Yeah.
I caught that, but that's probably like an overhang thing. Oh, I think I see the failure now.
Yep.
I found it.
He found it. It's the green. Look at the green on the model. Do you notice how it's not perfect?
Yeah. So there's the stringing. And then here's some of the green, and there's a little bit more green down here.
So I have a clog in tool number 6 on my index head, and we gotta fix it. So to do that, I have to go back to Florida to fix it. So let's go do that real quick. So as you can tell, at least one of these nozzles is kind of clogged. I've actually got some code from online. We'll link it in the description so you guys can see it. I've already tried to do it, both with PLA and PETG, and the retract side doesn't work for me, but I just cleaned it out really heavily with hot PETG. We're waiting for it to heat up now to 290. Once it gets to 290, it will start to purge. Heh, that was close. Still a good shot. So now we just kind of follow the instructions on the screen. So now we're doing this whole heating and cooling sequence, and at varying temperatures, it attempts to purge. It's clicking, which means it's skipping. Now, it is getting cold. It's going to go down to 180 right now. Okay, fair. Most PLA's not happy at that temp, but like, this has worked for other people, so very curious. So now we're waiting for everything to cool down. Once the hot end cools, it dwells, it waits. You follow the instructions on the screen. It's so easy. Even a Florida man can do it, but I want to see if we can actually get a plug pulled. Now, we're at the ADC, pull ready at 80 degrees Celsius, and motor will yank the plug, keep hands clear, press to pull. It tried to do it, but it didn't do it. Come on. Nope, it didn't do it. I can probably pull up so hard I can either break the filament. I don't know if I want to keep doing this and potentially break the machine, but I can. Yeah, I can literally lift the entire printer from that, so it didn't work the way that I wanted it to work. Now, what I know is it's warm, so I might be able to just kind of like do it myself here. Oh God, I gotta wrap it a few times around my hand. Don't do this. Okay, pulled it out. I'm actually decently happy with that cold pull. We'll see. I'm gonna keep trying on this, but at least for right now, unless I run nozzle 6 really hot, like an extra 20 Celsius above where it wants to be, it doesn't print well. So that could be because the actual sensor that's doing the IR stuff, that's reading everything, isn't reading things at the appropriate temperature. So we have like a nozzle offset issue. Not 100% certain. These are things that I need to like kind of understand more about how INDX works, and specifically how that entire like system for measuring temperature, what its hysteresis is, what is a realistic idea for how accurate these should be. I can just go into the G code and adjust it so nozzle 6 is just hotter than it should be, but I don't always want to do that. It feels kind of like cheating. We'll see what the community has to say, and we'll update you guys next week on this.
A few moments later.
I grabbed some real nylon, PA12 nylon from Polar Filament. So what I've done is I've taken the entire nozzle off, removed the silicone sock, and I'm purging nylon through it. I have 2 incredibly successful cold pulls, but I wanted to show you guys what it looks like on camera. Just gonna reheat this so I can push it back through. You might be able to see it starting to poop out, and I'm forcefully pushing it through. Now, you wanna be careful. You don't wanna crush the actual hot end part of it. That would be bad news bears. Blow on it a bit, and then Beyblade it, let it rip. And then we'll actually get a full set of 3 CHT bits that come out of the nozzle. That is so freaking cool. I'm gonna do this a couple more times just so I can like be hyper certain that this is cleared. So we cleared the clog, right? The clog is now cleared. Nylon filament is what I used.
Nylon.
Yeah, so here's the thing. INDX currently is a CHT. You really can't cold pull a CHT.
No.
It doesn't work.
Because yeah.
Apparently it does work, but you have to download a specific G code. That G code, we'll link to it in the description, but there is a G code that a member from the community put together for INDX that allows the machine to properly cold pull itself. However, that didn't work for me. So I had to get the torch, which, as we know, I have a bit of a challenge with the torch, and I might have burned myself again. Yow! I manually force-fed nylon filament into one of the INDX heads.
Really?
Now, are you aware of the current nozzle gate problems with INDX?
The hardening.
Yes. Yeah. So they're not as hard as you want, but I was afraid that I might be like tempering the metal. So far I'm okay, but I'm not running any exotics through it at the moment. I would never run exotics through a CHT. I just think that's asking for trouble in my opinion. But I was able to properly cold pull it with nylon. I got each of the CHT bits out.
The three holes.
3 prongs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
They're really long. I'm surprised. Wow.
Right?
I think I've done a cold pull before, and it's always been like a bump at the end.
Yes.
It's like 3 little bits, but those are like way longer.
So one, it's nylon, so it has a tendency to stretch as you're pulling it rather than snap, which is like what PLA PETG would. I used pure PA12 nylon from Polar Filament. They actually get waste SLS powder and they turn that into filament.
Wow.
So I know it's pure.
I didn't know you
which is
could
a
do
big
that.
deal. You can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
It has to be pure because it's powdered form.
Exactly, it has to be, or you have some major issues. We first noticed the issue with the green here, and we got incredibly lucky because in this entire tool head, the green is like 15 grams. Every other color is at least twice that. So the green is literally on the 2 buttons. There's one on the 2 LED lights. There's one in there, then there's one inside of that, and then the green on the X.
I didn't even see that one.
Yeah.
It's so recessed.
So I would say this is an easy 2-footer. Like from 2 feet away, you don't really even notice that issue.
Right.
And yeah, the drop layer back here for this bolt. But I know a lot of you say, oh, you guys are being too nice on it. Yes, this is technically a print failure. This is 233% scale.
It's amazing.
It's much bigger than it should be. The thing I did notice back here, you see how there's a line?
Yeah.
I don't know why that's there. It feels like a benchy hull line.
Well, there's that one, and then there's another smaller one on the side here. You can only kind of see it with down lighting.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. There is a little line.
But if you go to the other side, it's not on the other side.
It might have skipped a little bit in there, and that's just a slight drop extrusion.
Right.
But I know what caused the line in there, where it looks like some of the top layer is missing.
Yeah.
The reason that that happened is because I chose one layer on top surfaces, and for some reason here on the slicer, it got really upset. I don't know why. I couldn't figure out how to get this to look really smooth the entire way, but yeah, there's like a 2mm segment where that's one layer lower.
So that's not a hardware failure, that's like a slicing failure.
It's how it looks in the slicer, yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. And then on the back side of it, we have, I think this is, I don't know if that's a VFA thing, but that's probably more of a Z-seam thing.
Yeah.
We can see a very obvious line there. I believe that's closer to a benchy hull line than anything where it's just slightly over extruded.
Right.
And I should point out that I know that we've said this entire time that INDX Founders Edition is a limited edition production run. The more and more I see people using it, the more and more it feels like it's beta. Like, this is one of the largest index prints that's been done so far.
I believe it.
It took almost 3 days, and it was 4,700 tool changes.
It's amazing. I mean, in a way, it's amazing and even finished. I own the MMU3, and I'm very familiar with the issues that system has.
Yeah.
My point is, I don't think I could print this with the MMU3.
Well, it's 8 colors, so that alone means you couldn't print it with an MMU3.
Right, exactly, yeah.
Like, I can see some issues on the white, especially with this downlighting, but as soon as you go to not downlighting, it's not obvious anymore. So I don't know if that's like machine shifting or table shifting or whatever that is. I don't know explicitly what is causing that. I just know something is causing that. But when you think about how Index holds on, you can literally see exactly how it does it. It pushes down onto those 3 ball bearings for alignment. You have your inductor coil here, and then to lock it in, it actually, as it pushes filament through, the gears tighten down and push everything down onto the ball bearings. That is the method of holding everything together on Index. So if the pickup and the alignment isn't dead nuts on, you'll see it like instantly. And I would say like, that's pretty good.
It is.
Overall. Like, is it perfect? No, it's not. It's not perfect. I'm curious because you actually asked me to make you some parts here.
Yes. I'm very, very curious to see how these came out, because this is a real world use case for me personally, because I print these.
So what are these and what do you use them for?
So these are I'm pretty sure a very popular model on
Yes.
printables. Like maybe one of the most popular things you can print. They're little fidget cubes. They kind of just infinitely fold in and out.
Yep.
They're very fun, and I like printing these to give to people at conventions or just to have on me to give like kids and stuff like that.
And you're normally doing one color, right?
Yeah, just one color. I mean, I've done MMU versions.
So how long does one color normally take?
Well, you see, I usually do 100% infill on these.
That's
just
fair.
because it's kind of nice, you know?
Yes, it has that good feel to it. At 100% infill, how long do they normally take?
Around 3 to 4 hours, I think.
Okay, so these are done at 30% cubic infill.
It doesn't make much sense to use anything other than cubic.
No.
Because it needs to be evenly weighted.
It has to be. You could use gyroid, but gyroid just adds so much time because of the acceleration issue
Right.
with the S's.
Exactly.
These take 4.5 hours each. Now, before you say, Grant, my printer can go much faster. It can. I can print 10 of them in 18 hours. And so when you do that, that means they're only 2 hours apiece. So I think that a lot of that time is due to the 874 tool changes required to do this part. This is the model where we found the issue with the clog, because I tried this a few times. Every single time that I tried it, it failed. And it failed because we were getting material clogs. It wasn't extruding properly.
This is pretty good, but it's got a lot of issues too.
Yeah.
Like, I'm surprised at how well it feels coming straight off of the bed. That's really good.
Now, I'm also flowing at 30 cubic millimeters a second, which is north of double what you would normally flow out of a standard hot end.
Right, right.
So I think that's pretty impressive as well.
I think that might explain some of the what looks like overextrusion to me.
No, those are drop perimeters. That's a cooling issue.
Really?
Yep, that's all cooling.
It's so interesting because some of them don't have that issue, like the gray and the black.
Yes, some of the colors don't,
better.
and I don't know why. I don't know if it's their location, and that because when they printed, they were on the inside, they got more cooling when it went to print the next one.
Right.
That's something yet I don't know. and this is part and parcel of why I carried this freaking part all the way across the country so that Karl could see it. They're not perfect.
They're not perfect, but it's interesting because if you look at it from the bottom and you look at it from the top, they're almost perfect. It's when you look at it from the sides that you have the issues. Now, this is just speaking from personal experience.
Right.
I would consider these failures.
I would also consider them failures.
I would not be giving these out to people.
I would not.
One of the reasons I print these to give to people is because this is literally the first interaction they ever have with 3D printing in their life, right? Like you and I like live and breathe this stuff. We know a lot about this. We've been exposed to it for years, but a lot of people, especially when I give this to kids, they ask me how it's made, right?
Yeah.
And if it doesn't look good to these people that are seeing 3D printing for the first time, then I feel like I'm making it look worse than it actually is, you know?
I believe if we slowed it way down, like if we cut the extrusion 25%, we slowed it down by 25%, I think we could get an overall better print. And actually that Skoda green with this top-down lighting makes it really, really obvious. It's funny, the greens look the worst, but it's definitely on the corners. You know, that could actually, now that I'm seeing it, it could not only be the corners, but it could also be a Z-seam, because these all have scarf seams.
So you manually changed the Z-seam for it?
Yes, these are not stock settings.
Okay.
Stock settings for INDX has it limited to about 26 cubic millimeters a second. I have tested and verified PLA up to 36 cubic millimeters a second. So I ran it at 30 for this, thinking, well, you know, that's about splitting it in half. I wanted to get more of them done in time so we could bring more for Karl to have.
They did fail after all. Is it perfect? No, but honestly, the thing I was looking for, I'm trying to distinguish which of the problems of this print are from hardware versus software. If it's software, I kind of don't care, to be honest, because that is going to be something that is fixed either by Prusa themselves or by the community. Like, if there were many, many problems along the whole thing, I would be worried, because that would indicate a hardware issue, right?
There are some VFAs, but again, I think that's software. The Clogged nozzle, that's hardware, but that's been resolved. The hardness of the nozzles, that's a hardware thing yet to be resolved, even though these are failures.
Yeah.
It's still 8 colors.
Just as a reminder, though, I am very picky with this, as I explained earlier.
But as you should be. As you should be. This isn't something where, oh, because it's a new product, we're gonna give it a pass. Yes, there's some understanding, because unfortunately it is a Prusa product and a lot of times it takes a couple of months to get the profiles perfect. But dude, once the Prusa profiles are perfect, they do just kind of run beautifully. I can't believe I traveled across the country with this, but I figured if there was any way to introduce you to INDX for the first time, it was to bring literally a full build volume. This is the full build volume. And it was printed at an angle to fit in the build chamber to make it happen. I think it's not as tall as the entire build chamber, but that's just because its XY dimensions are just so thick. By the way, that was my first non-test print INDX part. This was the first thing that I ran that wasn't a test file that came on the machine itself, was this.
Which is extremely impressive.
I'd love to know from you all down below, what do you think of this? We know that this is a technical failure, but very much like me, I look good from far away, but I am far from good. That is how I would easily classify this. This is an easy 2 to 3 footer, and it looks perfect.
I agree,
right?
yeah.
I'm calling this an overall success.
Yeah.
I understand the little bit of extrusion issues there. The file issues are not that big of a deal. And yes, there is a little tiny index poop there. I didn't even see that.
I would consider this objectively like a great print.
Yeah.
At least much better than this.
Much better than this.
But that's only because my standards for these are so much higher.
And the overhang issues are all hidden on this, right? You got the overhang issues down there, which in reality, you never see.
Right, exactly.
So, but anyways, guys, if you do want to hear more behind the scenes hangouts with myself and Karl, including more behind the scenes content, because we're about to head over to Cloudflare to go see the lava lamps, then over to Human Made to go see the Infamaker K1. Make sure to leave a like, get subscribed, and join. And again, at that $10 tier and higher, you not only get your name listed in lights next to Karl and I, but you also get access to our super secret private Discord server where we do hangouts, including lots of behind the scenes photos that never make it outside of the Discord server. So that's all we have for you all today. Leave a like, get subscribed, leave a comment down below. Do you consider this a pass or you consider this a fail? I think we both consider these fails, but I think given where everything is I'm gonna still call this a technical pass for right now, but I don't know if I'm being too soft on INDX. Let me know what you guys think. That's all we have for you all today. Stay safe out there. Don't forget to call your loved ones. And as always, keep making awesome like guys like Karl here.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Have a good one, guys. We'll see you later.